First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Let's go, let's go! Here we go, here we go. Go right in.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing on second down, Prescott. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Set the turn, defense, let's go. 51's the mic, 51's the mic. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Go, boys, bring it up.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 53.
Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And a promising start as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Mike 48. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 13. He's coming.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. On 2nd down, Elliott. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they face a difficult 3rd and 12 coming up. Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. The kick by Maher is good. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year. Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta. This will be taken very short.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Check 55, Mike.
Jackson. Got a man. It's the rookie, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
That's a gain of 10.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Here we go, here we go. Shoot. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the Hayward.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Randy Gregory in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Austin. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. 154. 180. Hey. Kid 21. We're going to 52.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Under. Switch. Where's Mike? Hey, kill.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And this is a rocket pulled in by Cooper, complete. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Here
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Defense, let's go. Check. Flag down.
Elliott, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
He's coming. He's coming. Here we go, 46, 46. Our time. It's our time. Right, go. Yo. Mike, 28. Go.
Prescott from the gun on third. And this is caught. It's Cooper. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games for the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the third time in 4 NFL seasons. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 21st touchdown of the season, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good, and the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Lions take over first and 10.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, 955.
Jackson now, throwing again. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
You gonna see me? Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 50.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Jackson now. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Mike 55.
Jackson on first down. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Complete to Kenny Galladay. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Again, Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Once more, he was trying to get it to Kenny Galladay, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Undercut. Switch. Under 10. 10. Go. Check. He's coming. We got double up.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This will be taken short. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. That's caught left side, Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
55's Mike, guys, 55. Let's go, defense.
Jackson to throw on 3rd down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. There's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Austin. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got you. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Hey, kill. 15, check. We're going to 54. Why is it? Watch out. Hey, 47. Here we go.
Throw Prescott. And that's complete. It's the Carr to Cooper connection. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Hey, kill. 40's Mike. Let's make these babies cry.
Prescott on 1st down. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down, Dallas.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yeah. You know what now? Mike, we're going to 53. Stop here, D. Mike 28. Mike 28.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. That's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Mike 28. Go, get out there.
And again, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12.
Third and long.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Kill. Check three. Shit.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the 2nd half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Johnson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, here's Jackson. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Jackson looking to throw on third. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. They go to Elliott again. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll run on first down. Elliott. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 22.
We got this.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run it with Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Prater for the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Hey, you got 3, you got 2.
Prescott down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And some room to work. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is up to 18 now. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A gain of 13, it's a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Weber, and an alley to run. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Lions, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the loss knocks them from the ranks of the undefeated as they drop their first game of the season. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.